I want to talk about the reality of running your Fiverr business, and also what sort of the challenges, what sort of things that you can expect. And also I would like to actually go over the questions that I've been asked about Fiverr, about my journey as well. And the first thing, I want to start with going to the community tab here on the YouTube and actually answer the questions that you guys been asking regarding what has been happening on Fiverr. Is it still worth to go on Fiverr? So I wanted to go here and basically go exactly over the details, and hopefully this can be useful for any of you who are thinking to go on Fiverr, who are maybe struggling with Fiverr. This will hopefully be a very good thing. The first thing, I've been running my Fiverr business for the last several years. Right now Fiverr brings me around 40k per month, so this is I would say more as an agency now. I've been on Fiverr, and of course, the question here is that, is it still possible to make $1,000 per month on Fiverr as we can see here, as doing 8 months of anything will end up right now? It's hardly as a video editor, right? So is it still possible to make as a video editor? So, and the answer is, it's definitely possible, but of course you have a lot of competition right now on Fiverr, especially in this niche, because the biggest thing what I want to suggest is that video editing is a service that you cannot really charge a lot for that, because you have to compete with others. So the price is a bit like, you have to compete with the price, right? But on the other side, if you look at the whole industry with the video services, the UGC niche is really dominating right now, because the prices are just going up. So if you can position yourself into the UGC market, that's going to be much better. But for the video editing, honestly, the best way I would say is to find someone outside of Fiverr. So this is it's not a suggestion to take someone on Fiverr and put it on outside of Fiverr. No, you find someone outside of Fiverr and you offer them some sort of a free value. So you can do, let's say, some sort of like a free editing, right? And you don't need to go and ask, you just do it. You just find someone who can be, you feel valuable. The other thing which that's actually what Luke told me. Luke is also a seller on Fiverr. He's been for last, I had an interview with you if you go back in the channel. So what he did, he saw an Instagram, an IG, or it was a Facebook, one of those ads. And on this ad, there was basically advertising their video editing services, and someone left a comment saying like, I'm interested, right? And what Luke did is he reached out to this person. So I would say someone commented, and essentially this person got back to Luke as well, and they started to work together. So there are a lot of ways how you can find something, like unusual ways. It's not that like you send them a bunch of emails, you spam them. No, you find those unusual ways. And what you can do is that you can create a free edit, and you can share it with your that potential person, right? So of course you can have some discussions. If they get back to you, that's better, because if they're not getting back to you and you're doing these free edits, you might be losing time. You have to be ready that they might not respond to you. But this is something that you can do. So either way, you go on Fiverr and you go like with everything, like you have your gig portfolio. So for example, I can show an example here. We have his profile right here. So Dion, as you can see, he's, first of all, he has very, very engaging video. He's just kind of like, and I think he did update this video recently as well, but very, very eye-catching video. And that's how most of his gigs are. So he does this. This is actually my recommendation if you are looking to engage the new buyers and get a potentially good feedback, to try to run this promotion that allows you to do it on Fiverr as a new time buyer. but you can see Dian, very, very authentic and very professional video, right? So that's how you can attract those buyers and you can impress them. So that's something that you can do. Yes, thanks for the support here. Let's go for the next one. This one I already answered. Of course, I would like to talk more about the AI platform that I was building, but I just want to go over the questions. Yes, so how to stay positive while not getting orders? You have to understand that you should not just wait for the orders, because right now we live in the world where social media is taking everything. So what you should do is that you should, let's say, you probably, maybe you have some projects completed, right? Maybe you're not if you're brand new, I will just take some projects. So for example, create some projects, and then you can post them to, let's say, LinkedIn, right? And you can talk about them. You can post them on LinkedIn. You can showcase the work, showcase the portfolio, and essentially the call to action will be to Fiverr. So you can say, if you guys want to get started, if you want to work with me, here is my Fiverr profile. But don't just post your Fiverr link. So for example, here's, I don't know, I can help. I see people post this, like, I can help, and then Fiverr link, right? So they don't do that. That's not going to be looking good, right? People want to see some like visuals. They want to see some actual work you have done, and then if they are interested, they will contact you. But you should not scream about your profile. So this is the biggest mistake that I see sellers are doing. So in the meantime, you can stay consistent with posting on LinkedIn. You can say posting on X as well. So that's something that can be good. Lambros, thanks for support. If you guys haven't seen the interview of Lambros, it's very, very one of the best interviews for sure. So if you want to check it out, feel free to do that on the channel. I got this 3 times in a row. So I made this post for any of you who might not be understanding what's happening here. So I made a post that I got this order canceled, right? So there was no communication from Fiverr. So no communication from buyer as well. So it's basically it was a mess, right? So right now I'm waiting for this case, so I'm gonna keep you guys updated. But what I can tell you is that, as I was saying in the previous video, just make sure you actually submit all the proof to the customer support, right? And hopefully you have this proof as well in the in the actual order page. So yeah. Feynman Tutor, thanks for inviting. One day I'm sure there's a lot of people watching from Nigeria, so it will be, I think, nice to visit one day. After seeing this happening, such a big freelancer, I'm starting feeling unsafe and should look for other platform because it looks quite unprofessional and you lose trust on such a big platform. Yes, this is going back to this question again. You have to understand that when you run your, for example, I was working with clients, and I had a few clients, like big direct clients, right? And what happened? So I completed the work. So it was, let's say, we're gonna make it like February. I completed the work, and then what happened next? The client was happy, everything is good, and then in somewhere, I would say in like April, I think, I got a chargeback. So, and this has actually happened because this client was directly, so this happened through Stripe. And when this happens, usually, Stripe takes the fee, they obviously refund the payment as well. So the client contacted the bank, right? And then I started to reach out to those people. And this, for example, these buyers came to me from the referrals. So I had a client, it was a good client, and he was referring me his, let's say, clients' contacts. And those contacts, some of them got the chargeback, actually a few of them, which was unfortunate because we completed the work, everything was done, and then he charged back after, months, and that's it, So I couldn't really when you have this sort of chargebacks with Stripe, if you try to like really go, and because it was a service that was also like, it was more of like a consulting as well, and and I was shocked because it never happened to me before. So yeah, I had to refund it, unfortunately, and it was just a pain, right? So with Fiverr, yes, maybe if you're a beginner seller, mid seller, they might not be fighting a lot for you. But if you become a top seller, so if you are like TRS, if you are pro, let's say, so Fiverr, they will actually fight for chargeback. But the thing with the chargeback is that, in most cases, they will actually give you the amount back to your balance, right? Again, I'm not saying this happens to everyone, but they will try to do that. And that's actually, I had a lot more positive experience with Fiverr rather than just having to deal with this directly. So I would still say that, yes, I mean, because you have agents, a lot of different people, customer support changing, people are quitting, they're hiring new people, so someone can make a mistake. That's very normal human factor to make mistakes, especially, so that's definitely probably one of the ways that it happened. Your videos we have from Day Kafafnan. Your videos are consistently informative, well produced. Thanks for sharing your expertise with the community. Thanks again for your support as well, guys. This means a lot. Honestly, I really like this format, especially with YouTube. I hope you find it useful, so feel free to let me know as well. If you leave a comment, I'm gonna go and spend some time and answer the questions you have. So Fiverr don't care about sellers. Buyers are the top priority. Buyer has once threatened me to have 1-star review after the project has been completed by me. He then sent a cancellation request and put a threat. Fiverr literally did nothing to him. Seller means nothing to Fiverr. So it started some kind of a movement as well here. So first of all, I cannot agree 100% with you. Yes, the buyers, they are also priority for Fiverr, and sometimes things happens, yes, in the favor of buyers. I would say it depends on all the situation. You have to look at the situation and what is specifics, because when you send a message like this, we don't know the details, right? That's why I encourage you, first of all, to when it's a buyer, you can, let's say, you can prevent yourself. So prevent yourself from these types of things. For example, if the buyer, let's say, asking for discount, right? This happens a lot. So you should not work, right? You should, I will personally not work with this buyer. If the buyer is trying to lower the price, I will not go. It's already a red flag. The second thing is that you might be promising and you're not like fulfilling. You promise but not fulfill. So so this is what also can happen, right? You want to really get this order, you want to get the client, but in reality you understand that there is a lot more work than you expected. So that's another thing. Please, guys, I suggest, you understand that you want to have a lot of orders and you want to make a lot of money, but these things are crucial, because if you have to go through them, right? Like, you have to make these mistakes to understand, but I'm just trying to warn you before you do that. This is another thing, right? And then, of course, you have to kind of like stay always cold, right? Because doesn't matter whatever client tells you, like he's like, oh, I'm gonna be a client forever. Stay cold. Cold, by I mean just with a cold hat. Don't expect that this client will stay forever. This client will, like, it's just important, especially at the beginning. And then, of course, later on, if this client is coming back, if everything is good, you can, it can develop as a relationship. But I would say it's something that is it can happen, but you have to always, look at the actual work and what is actually happening. So what's your Christian said selling in Behance? So I'm not selling anywhere besides Fiverr. That's where you can find my services. So yeah, that's not something that I have. Can a new seller use AI? So I did say yes here. Depends which AI. If you want to use Fiverr Go, I do believe that you have to just subscribe to their Seller Plus or like separately, and you can access the AI platform. Okay, so we have Sardar Bilal. I'm the first one to comment, so please reply. Of course, I'll reply. I started Fiverr in February, got the first order in April of $300. After that order, the client just disappeared. My order was auto accepted. So after that, my Fiverr gigs reached dropped to 2-3 impressions per day. It's been 4 months now. I have changed everything in my gigs. Keyword, but gig reach doesn't increase from 2 to 3 impressions. Kindly help me out. So thanks for your question, and you know, honestly, sorry that this is happening to you, because you know it's unfortunate, right? But I will suggest, so of course, you know, with Fiverr, the thing is with you know, you want to try to get a review. So few steps. First thing, it was said by a lot of sellers that when the order gets auto completed, that might not be good. You want to get, and actually this was said as well by a lot of customer success managers, so you want to get that review, but you cannot ask for a specific review. You can just encourage the buyer. The second thing is that what happens is the buyer just didn't have a chance to look at the content or anything that you created, and then they come back and they maybe want to make some changes, right? So honestly, I do like sometimes the Fiverr system, because when it like auto completes, because sometimes it's like, you know, we have to wait for the buyers, and it's just their fault that we cannot complete certain things. I mean, we still have to obviously complete them, but sometimes we need to hear from them back, right, in order to get some approval or things like that. So that's something that is also. But I will not wait and just sit there. First of all, don't change. So you can change, let's say, if you change your gigs and everything, then just wait minimum, like I would say 1 to 2 months. Because if you're gonna make changes, you know, after a week, after 2 weeks, it's just gonna complicate the algorithm. So if you made some changes, a lot of changes, just wait at least for 1 month and see how that month is gonna perform. If you make some small changes, just like changing description, that's fine, you can do that. But if you make like big changes, like maybe the title, everything regarding description, the keywords, images, the video, you need to have some time. So expect things to go slow, but then essentially things will start to pick up. But the third thing is start a YouTube channel. Why not, right? Start a YouTube channel, because you know, it's one of the best things that you can do, because it's going to support your Fiverr journey. Buyers that are coming to Fiverr, you can share a YouTube videos, so it can just complement each other. In the same here, if you grow on YouTube, you will actually be benefiting a lot from your Fiverr. And you know, once you have a good presence on YouTube, doesn't matter where you bring them, you can bring them to Fiverr, to Upwork, to your website, but you need to start building up the traffic. And I think YouTube is the best thing to invest. Like, it takes time, it's not easy, but it's the best thing to invest. So I would not sit down here and just wait for orders. I will just go ahead and start doing. Lambros, again, thanks for supporting. See your message from the PowerX, your new company as well. So I did answer about the LLC part in the previous video. So I do have an LLC. That's where everything gets processed. Is there an option where we can send copyright strike to Instagram account of the buyer where he's using our images we created but haven't paid for us? So to answer like shortly, it's hard, because you can complain, but usually it's going to be by impersonation. So if someone puts the pictures of you and you report it from your own profile, it can get deleted and the profile can get removed. But essentially it's very hard to get this removed. But what you can do is that you can go to Fiverr and actually tell them like, hey, this order was canceled, but the buyer actually is using my work, so I would like to get compensation. And the Fiverr is most likely is going to compensate you, because that's against. And you can say, you know, if you say like, oh, like even if you like, kind of not threaten, but you can say my lawyer is gonna get involved in this. I think Fiverr will definitely compensate because they don't want to like fight, and essentially I don't think it's correct to obviously you got the cancel order but the buyer still using your content, so that's not fair. That's 100% can be reached to the support, and you can definitely push it even more. So can you send the AI tool link? So yes, it's freelancehustle.ai. That's the platform that I've been working together with Ayman, my partner, my ex-university professor as well. And we've been building this platform for Fiverr sellers. I'm going to talk more about it in the next video, but just, you guys can check it out if you're on Fiverr. We have a lot of updates. One of the great features we also have coming, every week we'll have something new coming. So that's really exciting. Hey bro, do you advise a new seller to run ads outside Fiverr to drive in traffic to kickstart the account? So honestly, this is a good question because I was also doing that. You will hear from other sellers like running ads. So let's say ads, we can put Instagram, right? We can put Facebook, and essentially we drive them to the landing page, right? So this can be something like landing page, and then from that landing page they go on Fiverr, right? So this is something that I also have done before. So if you go to the Vnog Media website, I can show you here. So you go to this website, this is my agency website. You can see it does say like about Fiverr and everything, reviews and content that we create and information as well. And then essentially when you click on, let's say, get started, it brings to Fiverr, right? So that's how I did it. That's how it's done. So I will not suggest to run ads because first of all, when you're running ads, most likely it's going to be cold traffic. So you don't have a custom audience. So if you want to run ads, I will suggest to create a custom audience. So you can use this audience from your Instagram. If you you can use it from your email. If you use email list, if you have, let's say, website as well, you can create a custom audience, which essentially will have, people who've seen your content before. Then you run ads. That can work. But for the cold traffic, that's not going to work. So let me also give you some suggestions here. So what you can do as well, you can actually start, first an Instagram page. So start an Instagram page, let's say, and start posting consistently, right? You post, let's say, 3 to 4 reels per week, and you post, let's say, 1 to 2 carousels as well. So carousels, that means you guys sure know that, multiple slides, right? So start first like with Instagram because it's easy, right? It's just easy to get started. If you want to really like go on the another level, I will suggest YouTube. It's a no-brainer. YouTube is the best platform to do that, and you can actually share it with the clients. So start just talking about your services, your progress and everything, right? Because I was watching a video last night from this actually not the seller, but someone that I follow, and this guy is huge on Instagram, and I'm seeing his reels. He has a community, private community, masterminds, and I'm like, okay, this is all sounds cool, right? But I had no interest joining. And then I saw his YouTube video, just like randomly it showed up, and he's starting his YouTube channel. And I watched his YouTube video. It's exactly like this, like me sitting down, sharing without any of the the laptops or anything. So it's just me sitting down, he's sitting down, and that's it. And he talks about his stuff, the progress, the journey, and then he talks about this community. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. I actually want to join. So I was convinced to join just by watching that one video, because on YouTube, you have to understand is that the average view duration, I'll put here average view duration for YouTube is, on my channel, is 3 to 5 minutes. For Instagram, if you are posting something on Instagram, that it's like maybe 3 to 15 seconds, right? So it's not in minutes, it's seconds. So you can imagine, like, let's say if you want to create, let's say if you want to have the same results as with the YouTube, you need to post like hundreds of shorts, hundreds of reels to get the same result as you can get with the YouTube. So this is just to think about this whole situation with the YouTube. And of course, running ads, it can work, but it's just going to be wasting. Like if you have $1,000 just to, like, you know, to throw it and forget about, like, not think about it, then you can try. And it's better to do it, like you said, landing page and then Fiverr. But if you just kind of like still want to get results from that $1,000, I will not try. I will just invest your time in, you know, hiring someone like editor, and he can or she can help you with editing videos, and you can just stay consistent with that. So yes, need the AI as sub? Yes, feel free to test it out. Actually, that was a message from one of my buyers, and you guys can see it. You see, I'm also sharing how my service works. And honestly, this has been a game changer, because you see, like, I'm getting, like, you know, over 100 views here. You know, the client has a link, and you know, she messaged, she left a comment. So it's good that they are watching. So this is very important. Okay, so we have the last one. Hey bro, Fiverr and Upwork, which one is the best? This is a good question, because and I will answer how I see it. So Fiverr, if you have, let's actually break this down here in this whiteboard. So the Fiverr, let's talk about the Fiverr. Fiverr is the platform, you know, it's something that you have a clear offer. So it's something that people come and they see it and they buy it and they get it, right? So it's a clear offer. So something that they need. So in my case, they go and they buy, you know, Instagram growth. If they want to grow on Instagram, they buy Instagram growth. They buy, for example, I'll put social posts as well. They get it and that's it, right? So this is a very, very clear offer. When we talk about Upwork, let's put it here, Upwork. So Upwork is good when you have, I would say, longer term projects. So it's something that maybe it's not done in a month, but it's something that can be done within the next few months, and you can get paid by the milestones and other things. Fiverr also has this option like milestones, but usually the buyers, they're like impatient. They're like, oh, we need it now, we need to see the results now, right? So Upwork is more longer term. And also I would say Upwork is a bit more flexible, and I will explain what I mean by flexible. Is, you know, they are a bit less stricter than Fiverr. Fiverr right now started to offer, so for example, when you have an active order on Fiverr, you can actually take the client to outside. You can actually outside communication. I'll put it here. So you can actually talk with the client outside of the Fiverr if you have an active order, if it actually requires. So, but before you couldn't do that. You have to stay in Fiverr. And for me, honestly, I prefer to stay in Fiverr because that's where my team can see it, and that makes things a lot easier. But Upwork is a longer term project. Also, I will put here higher ticket. This is of course not for every case, but it's still, you know, more like a more higher ticket programming, developing stuff. So it's that as well. So you have to look at both. If you're just getting started, I will start with the both platforms. I will not think too much. I will just start with the both platforms and see which ones is actually bringing you results. I did start with Upwork and Fiverr, and then Fiverr was bringing more results, so I stick to Fiverr, and that's how I was able to grow my Fiverr career. But it's all depends on your services, and that's for you to also decide, like, where do you prefer to be. All right, so we actually have all the comments answered here, and it took some time to answer, so I appreciate you guys are asking. Feel free to ask. I'm gonna be doing this a lot more often. Actually, on every video I'll be spending some time, maybe not the same amount of time as I spent on this one, but I'll be spending time and just going over the questions and answering them, giving you tips, giving you suggestions as well. So I will appreciate, of course, if you guys post your questions, if you anything you want me to go over. And of course, I will also a lot appreciate if you're a Fiverr seller to consider trying the Freelance Hustle platform. And honestly, I think it's been a game changer because I will just show you a few things here so you guys can see it from actually my side here. So let's say I'm gonna open this conversation. So the client shares their Instagram handle. We haven't posted in a while. I'm a new looking to get started. So what I can do, I can check. I'm actually doing now part of the messages, even though I stopped doing messages because I have someone who is taking care of that. But here I can see the client's profile, and the message looks good. So what I can do is I can say account looks good, offer Instagram growth only and video. So just giving a little bit of a hint. Sometimes you don't really need it, but sometimes you need it, like if you want to give. And you can see here this just comes up with the reply. So it looks at her name. So if she provides the name, I think she did provide somewhere a name. We can see here Scar. Yeah, so actually it's nice. It picked up from the username, which is really interesting. Yeah, so it picked up from the username, which is yeah, that's nice. That's good. So thanks for sharing this in reality. Your account looks good. Start a promotion. Yes, I can help you growing. Please watch the video. And here are the packages. Let me know if you have any questions, want to proceed regarding patient confidentiality. Understand the importance and handle your account with care. So so yeah, that's answering her questions. And that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and send it because that's a great response. The other thing which I've been talking a lot about is the CRM feature. So the CRM feature, it was built for you to keep track of these leads. So imagine she will not place an order, but she's really good for me to work. Like she matches the criteria perfectly. Maybe she's not ready now. Maybe she will be ready later on. Maybe if she doesn't place an order right now, I can reach out to her in maybe in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. But if I keep her here on Fiverr, like in this chat, I will lose her. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put her in the leads, and I'm gonna show you what will happen next. So I'm gonna open the CRM system, and I'm gonna find her in the CRM system, and she will appear. You can see in the leads. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually assign, let's say, I can assign a label, right? And you can create any labels you want. And what I can also do is I can do this one. I can say, when do I need to follow up? Let's say in 2 weeks. So if she's not gonna send the message, I will follow up with her in 2 weeks. And that's pretty much it. So let's go back here. Let's see. She's there. Actually, also, if I open the conversation now, you can see my last message was sent on August 11, which we just sent the message. So if I refresh the page and see, we'll find her again. So you can see it keeps track of when did we last message. So it automatically put this date. Again, you can also put the notes as well. You can do the labels. You can change you have username. You can add the website as well if you want. So we'll be adding more things to help you keep track of things. But this is something that is, I think, can be very powerful, and that's like a great step, the first step for you to get track of those leads as well. So guys, feel free to check out the free trial. If you have any questions, actually, you can use the live support as well. I will be answering, so you can chat with me if you want. And any questions, I will be happy to help you. So link in the description, link as well on the profile that I have on YouTube. So feel free to try it. Let me know your feedback. Again, absolutely safe. We're not touching your Fiverr. We're not doing anything with your Fiverr account. It's just kind of, imagine you'll have Grammarly, kind of like Grammarly extension installed. So we're not touching anything regarding to Fiverr. So this is absolutely safe for your Fiverr account. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.